What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I want to go over a couple of skill moves that elite players use or your favorite pro players may use inside the game and that you can implement into your game mode. Don't forget, skill moves, anyone can really do skill moves because it's like a button combination, kind of like a Tekken move, if that makes sense, but it's all about the timing. Now one that you might see a lot heavily in the pro scene is actually the shot cancel, and it is very effective and it's very simple to do. So all you want to do basically is imagine you're taking a regular shot towards goal. So let's say you're inside the box and sometimes there's an AI or a player in the way. The shot cancel is used to basically fake one way and then quickly go to another direction. And you can see, I'll give an example like over here. So if I move this, do it, and you can see that you move very quickly. You see that? Almost like on the dime. You see that you make the shot, then you cancel into direction. And also it kind of tricks your opponents for defending. Now, there's two ways you can do it. The first way is you want to press the shoot button, which is circle, plus the cancel button. So the cancel is L2 plus R2, or if you're on Xbox, it's LT and RT. And basically what you want to do is basically press this midway through the animation. I'll explain to you how that works again in a second. And the second way you can do it is by pressing, all of them like a super cancel. So some of you, for example, I suffer with wrist pain, so it's actually easy for me to do all of them, as opposed to just doing L2 and R2. Whichever way you want to do, it's completely up to you. But the most important thing is the power. Now, if you do a little bit of power when you do it, it doesn't really work sometimes all the way. You can see that the player just nudges the ball into a direction. You see that? So if I do it, you can see sometimes it doesn't even work. The player will sometimes shoot the ball if you're too late. And if you do it, sometimes the player will just either shoot the ball or nudge the ball into a direction. And sometimes you don't want the player to nudge the ball. You don't want the shot to be registered by mistake. So the way to do this properly is that you add a lot more power. And the reason why you want to do that is you can see the kickback animation really kicks in. You see that kickback animation of you taking a shot towards goal? So you do a lot of power, the kickback animation is very much there. Do you see that? Then you can change directions very quickly and you can use it to beat the goalkeeper or whatever you want to do to create the angle towards goal. So the key is add a lot more power. You can even use maximum power as long as you press L2, R2 as soon as you've done it. The best advice is when you go into a game, remember this in the back of your head, do a full power, then immediately L2, R2 and use your left analog stick to exit. So basically what you're doing is the shot, which is circle, full power, and using the L2 plus the R2 button immediately after the cancel. And then straight after that, using your left analog stick to then choose a direction. So for example, here you can rewind this clip if you want to. So here I'm facing forward. Now I'm going to do a shot cancel facing forward, and I'm actually going to exit onto the left hand side. So look, full power, L2, R2, and the left analog stick to exit. You see that? I'll do the opposite side now. And that's basically just it. And that's the best way I recommend for you in the beginning. Sometimes you're going to shoot the ball like that, or you might do too less power and you might shoot the ball by mistake, or you might get that very stuttery animation if you do, for example, a mid bar of power. That's why I say to everyone, if you're learning this, I would say the first time, so you see like that, it's a little bit of power, but sometimes you can see the shot happens, or sometimes you get like that stutter animation. You see that? So you see the leg barely goes up, but if you do a full power, you can see the full leg actually moves up, and then you can change direction in a second. So that is the first one. It's a skill cancel. In fact, any player can do it, and it's all about timing. Because remember, for power, cancel, left analog stick to exit, and of course you can just stack them together in theory if you really want to. Now that is the first one. The second one is the scoop turn fake. Now it's a new skill move this year. Just for consistency, I would say it's a 5-star skill move. Because you can do a scoop turn technically when you're standing still, but you can do a running scoop turn if you've got a 5-star skill move player. And to do a scoop turn is very simple. So you want to do a fake shot either with a circle and X or the square and X. Up to you, whichever one you want to do. I personally use square and X just because it's naturally where your thumb naturally lies like here. So I just do the square and X variation. It's as simple as and the best thing to do, but you can use circle and X as well. And basically what you want to do is you want to scoop turn, and you want to basically move your left analog stick 45 degrees relative to the way you're facing. If you do left, you do a regular fake shot, but if you aim at a 45-degree angle, you do a scoop turn. Do you see that? So if you aim to the left or to the right, you just do a regular fake shot. In fact, in any direction, but all the 45-degree angles of the left analog stick all create scoop turns. So, and it's relative. So obviously if you're, for example, on this side of the pitch, so let me show you an example. If, for example, you're on this side, the pitch, the opposite side, the way your scoop turn will be relative. So if I want to scoop, for example, into this direction, my left analog stick will kind of go towards the top right like that. Do you see that? So it's relative. Just remember, the 45-degree angle in between. Just remember the 45-degree angle. It's a very much most important thing. Now the way you want to do a scoop cancel is basically midway through the animation. So let's say you're scooping to the right hand side. Midway through the animation, you move your left analog stick in the opposite direction. Now you can technically move it directly behind you, but I would just say the best way to do this is to move it into the opposite direction to the way you're going. So in this example, I'm going to scoop actually to the right hand side and I'm going to exit to the left. So I'm going to do a fake shot, scoop to this hand side, and then midway through, as soon as Ronaldo, whoever the player is, starts an animation, I'll move my left analog stick to the opposite direction. So fake shot, scoop that way, let go of everything, the left analog stick in the opposite direction. So I'll show you an example. And again, I'm going to do this live so you can see that, you can see exactly what I'm pressing. So feel free to rewind like that. See that? Very, very simple. Now you're probably going to make mistakes the first couple of times, but just get used to scooping and then left analog stick into the opposite direction like that. See that? So it's very, very good inside the box. Like remember I said to you, the shot cancel is very good for faking away. This is really good for kind of baiting defender, then going the opposite way and taking a shot towards goal. And the speed boost and velocity you get from this is very, very effective as well. And the quickest skill moves to change direction in the opposite way, whereas faking the other way. And it's very, very good for even, you know, beating the goalkeeper with an animation, especially against AI defense. A lot of these skill moves are very, very effective, especially against AI defense. So as I said, scoop one way and then you can exit the other way. It's a very, very effective skill move. And the last one is a La Croqueta. Now it's a 4-star skill move. Very, very simple. You basically want to hold the left analog stick, the L1 button, and then basically what you want to do is you want to hold the right analog stick either to the left or to the right, depending which way you want to exit. So you can see something like here, hold the L1 button and move it to the left if I want to exit to the left, or move it to the right if I want to move to the right. Now you want to hold the right analog stick for like, I don't know, 1 second, so a bit longer than you do a normal skill move. Now, people always say they struggle with this. Now, it's relative to the way you're facing. So if you're facing forward like this, you don't want to be moving your right analog stick down because that won't be effective. So if you move it to the right hand side, you're not going to be doing it to the right. So because Ronaldo is facing forward in this situation, I'll move my right analog stick, for example, to the top right. Because why? I'm cornered, I'm head on, I suppose you can say, to the post. So that way, if you see I press L1 and hold right analog stick to the top right, you can see it doesn't really work unless I get it into that angle. You see? So watch here. Onto the right hand side. So relative to the player it's facing. So you can't just, for example, hold left like now. It won't work. So it has to be relative to the way you're facing. I'm like here, I'm facing forward. So hold it to the left. One combination you can do is when the ball arrives to your feet, doing a fake shot stop, and then doing a La Croqueta after is one of the most effective ways of getting forward, especially inside the box. But anyway, guys, that is, of course, the 3 top skill moves that a lot of elite players and pro players use. You'll see these when they go into their gameplay. There's some more advanced ones. For example, you're the ball roll, scoop, which is actually very, very effective. Balling in one way and fake shot in the other way. But that is very, it's very similar to the other ones, but it's very situational, meant to be used down the wing to create space, but can be used inside the box. But these ones are better. If you'd like to see these videos, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Don't forget I got my FIFA School Series, patreon.com, as you can see on the bottom right, patreon.com/NealGuides. Full money back guarantee if you don't get better after 1 month. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.